Right, morning people. Just about morning still. Just a quick little bit of an update from yesterday's video of using amber flow and how to put it through your top kit. Yes, yesterday I did show you by pushing the diamond die through the thin end, putting it out and then doubling it back and putting it through. A few people have said that's a fiddly way of doing it. Yes, it is, but a lot of people do have issues with a diamond eye threader going through the puller end, which I'm going to do now, especially if the PTFE bush has been glued in. But 9 times out of 10 it will come out the end. In this case, of course, it's not going to now. And that is the issue. Now, it's fine if you can get your bush out, which I can in this case. Pull your bush out, pull the threader through. So you put your bush back on. It's just another way of doing it. But it's just that if you've got your bushes glued in and you get that situation where the diamond eye doesn't pop through, it gets stuck behind the bush. What I've done as well this time, I've already cut this elastic. I double knotted it and then snipped the end off so I didn't lose any fluid from what I've got left. So just to show you, I've literally just got the tension roughly how I want it. So what I'm going to do now is attach that to the diamond eye at this end, like so. Put it through, like so. And then get my bush or my bead through the fat end. You all know this bit because you've seen me do it. But I just wanted to show you another way of doing it so people don't think I'm mad. There's lots of different ways of doing it. So you pull that over nice and gently. There we go. It does go through. And to be honest, I think when you're using liquid filled elastic, I think this end's probably better off getting a wider something with a slightly bigger hole bead this end, because when you knot a liquid filled elastic, it's a big knot. It's just sometimes hard to put it through a little hole, basically. So anyway, that's knotted. Pull that through, and that is job done. So yes, it's a lot quicker, providing it's a lot quicker, providing you get that diamond eye threader coming through your puller and out, obviously, the thin end. So a few comments about that, saying yeah, you're absolutely correct. I'm not arguing with you at all. That is a much quicker and better way of doing it. I was literally showing it that way for people that have probably never done it before. Really, it was more about not cutting the elastic and losing the fluid. It's about the double knotting and snipping it before you put it through, so you don't lose anything. So on a shortcut, I should think probably the better way of doing it is doing it this way. Attach your bead, get roughly the right length you want, double knot it, cut it in the middle of the 2 knots so you don't lose the liquid in the spare bit of elastic, and then pulling it through that way. Again, it's another way that I do it, is I'm gonna snip off the old again. Now what you can do is just tie your new elastic to the old elastic, like so. Snip off the ends again. And then simply just pull it through. I've done a video on a long kit doing this actually. Just pull this through till it eventually goes. And there you have it. It's come out this end above the knot, so no fluids come out. And then you could literally, quite simply, put your puller bead on as per normal, pull it down, double knot this end as I showed you on the other video, and just snip that off. It's even easier. I think I've done a little video on the start of that, which I'll put on this. I'm not going to harp on too long about it. It's just, sorry about the noise, a bit of an update on how I did it yesterday, showing a quicker way of doing it. As a few people have pointed out, yes, it did look a little bit messy the way I did it, but it was literally to show people how to go from the thin end. If you get trouble trying to put that diamond die through the thin end, a lot of people do have that trouble. On the thicker elastics, you can almost, well, on a normal top kit, you can just thread it through. If you're not using a side puller, if you're just using a bung, as it were. Yeah, simple as that really. But the other thing you got to remember is when Hydro Elastic was first sold, you bought it, it was basically for one top kit. So it was tied either end. So people didn't really have to worry about, they could tie a knot and just snip the other bit off because they weren't going to use the bit that was left over. But when you're buying 6, 7, 8 meters, 5 meters, and you're going to get 2 top kits out of it, obviously you don't want to lose the fluid. So you can do a second top kit with it, or a third top kit. Obviously it makes it much, much cheaper to do it that way. That's the other thing about it. Right, I won't harp on. I'll sign off. Hope that made sense. Bye for now.